Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to Donna Loves Yarn. My name is Donna, and I love yarn. I really, really do. I also love crochet. So if you are a fan of one or both, you are in the right place. I want to welcome any and all new subscribers, and I hope you enjoy it here. And to those of you who are returning subscribers, I welcome you back. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed, you might consider doing that. I'd love to have you. And it's free. There aren't too many free things in this world, but subscribing to channels is free for you. So, again, welcome to my channel. Today, I just wanted to talk about a few things. I have some whips. I have a couple of FOs, and then I had a couple other things to throw in as well. So let me start off by talking about what I'm wearing. This is a shawl I just finished. I finished it yesterday and I blocked it last night. And this is an Expression Fiber Arts pattern. Her patterns are wonderful. They can be challenging sometimes, but they're wonderful. Well worth the challenge. Anyway, this is called the Adalia or Adalia. Adalia. I think it's Adalia. And it is a semicircular shawl. I won't say it's a crescent because it's not really crescent shaped. It's a true semicircle. So let me stand up and share it with you a little bit. So this is so pretty. So in the pattern, it calls for 3 different colors of yarn. But because this was I hesitate to say self-striping, but it kind of is. Because this is one of those yarns, I thought I don't really need to do 2 other colors, but I did go ahead and do a few rows in just solid white and another cotton that I had, another 2-weight cotton that I had, and I think that just really set it off. I kind of wished I'd have done all of the box rows in the white, but in the pattern it didn't say to change the color until here. So let me take it off. It's good size. It's more than my wingspan. And it's got a really pretty, let me get the border for you. Really pretty basic, it's a basic shell, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and it makes that point. When I blocked it last night, I went through and made sure I need to get some more blocking mats too, because I didn't have enough to do all of them to cover the whole thing. So I just, whatever wasn't pinned down, I just went through and tugged on them and helped to accentuate that point. So this will be available at the craft show this weekend, which I will talk about later. Anyway, it's really nice. I like it. I think I want to make another one with a fancier yarn. I left them in the other room, or I would have brought them in. But I think I want to do another one in that. The yarn I used, by the way, was a Knitting Fever yarn that I purchased at my favorite local yarn store, Knitcraft. And it is painted lace. And it looks like that. It's 2-weight, 100% cotton. So I think that turned out really nice. I hope somebody buys it if I go this weekend. So the next FO I don't have here with me, but I believe I have a picture of it, so I will post a picture of it right here. It is another South Bay shawl that I showed in my last video, I believe. The gray to white to pink. My sister decided that she wanted to purchase that from me, so I shipped that off to her today. So those two are my finished items that I have so far. So the rest are whips, and I'm just going to show you 3 of them. The first one, darn it, I meant to bring a stitch marker. I grabbed it and then I set it down. So I'll just put that there. The first one is the Brunin, which I hadn't worked on in a while because I was trying to get those other 2 finished. So I worked on it a little bit today. It's caught. Okay. All right, so there's where I've gotten so far. I'm really enjoying this shawl. It's really pretty. And I've got that much yarn left in the cake, and then I will be frogging what's left of that. So I'm probably, I haven't weighed it, but I'm guessing close to halfway done, halfway through that yarn, I bet. All right, so the next whip is the Inlines Alpaca Poncho. Vicki, if you're watching this, you know I watched your video today, and I probably haven't worked on this in at least a week. So I haven't really made any progress. And I understand it's heavy. I understand it's going to be really heavy, but here in Missouri, it gets pretty cold. So I'm going to appreciate having this. If you don't have any use for that one that you made, Vicki, I might consider buying it from you, because it would work well here. Not so much there. I wished I'd have thought about that before I challenged you to do this with me. Anyway, so the next whip I have is the Tomis shawl. And this one is, there's a YouTube tutorial, but if you watched any of my other videos, you'll know where I got this from. But I got this idea from Brandy at Queen of Skeins. And so I started this this one with an authentic hand dyed from Hobby Lobby that I have. And I just decided to throw in some color. So there's the orange. Here's the starting point right here. So I decided to add some color. So there's a strip of yellow, and then I decided to add in a strip of orange. And I've only got that much left. So it won't take long for that one to be finished. That's going to probably be more of a scarf size. But I decided to start another one with one of my art yarns. Okay, or art yarns hanks. Gosh. And you guys, this yarn is like butter. I mean, seriously. So here's what I got left of the hank. and I only had one in this colorway, and I knew I wanted it bigger. So I thought, okay, what colors can I add to it to make it, to, you know, stretch it a little bit more? So I have some yarn from a local yarn dyer, and they happen to be just about, excuse me, just about the same fiber content. So I picked two colors that were kind of matching. I hope it looks okay. Threw those in there and then decided to go back and with the art yarns to finish it. But it's probably, I don't know, it might be 20 inches wide or so. So we'll see how much more I can get with that. But it's a decent length. It's doing the two longest sides, it's my wingspan. So we'll get some more length on there. So that's it for my whips and my FOs. Sorry, I'm looking over here because this is where my to-do list is, my notes. So moving on to the last three items I was planning to talk about. Let's see, let's go in order. Since I already talked about Knitcraft, we'll start there. So in my last video, I shared this hank of yarn that I had bought, but I was recording in my bedroom and the lighting was awful. So I just wanted to show the hank again. This is a Malabrigo sock that I'm planning on making a scarf, or not a scarf, a shawl with. And here it is. Colorway is called Turner. And I hope this is a little more truer color. I think it is. But it's a really pretty tonal moss green. It's got some dark areas in it that are like a darker green. It's really pretty. So I got that. And I'll be starting that shawl, I don't know, maybe next week. And I also picked up a set of knitting needles there because Lori said, I told her the trouble that I was having with holding my needles too tightly and aggravating my tendon. So she suggested that I try the Knitter's Pride. And she said that these are made with birch. Trying to get one out. These are made with birch. I told her I wasn't having a whole lot of luck with the bamboo that my friend Kelly so graciously let me try. So this is the Knitter's Pride. And they're slick. They are super slick. So once I get up the courage to try casting on again, we'll see how well they work for me. Because I really would like to learn how to knit. I really would. So there's that. I will keep you informed on my knitting journey. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and I hadn't really even suspected until I saw at Knitcraft that they had some Addy crochet hooks. And I just happened to glance over and saw them. And a friend of mine recently gave me one. And And looking at it, I didn't think anything of it really. But then I saw the ones at Knitcraft and I thought, I wonder if the one I have is a knockoff. Because look how short that neck is. That shaft. Look how short it is. I don't know what you could do with that. But I happened to look at the ones, just glance over at the ones at Knitcraft. The shafts weren't this short. I mean, these are probably not even an inch long. So for those of you who might have an Addy crochet hook like this type, let me know if you think that this is a knockoff, because I suspect that it is. I suspect it is. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about is my plans on a craft fair this Saturday. It is called the Tulip Bazaar. And it's this Saturday from 10 to 4. It is in Lawson, Missouri. If any of you live in or near Lawson, I invite you to join and check it out. The problem is I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, because if my son happens to be working, I can't go. And I've already talked about that a little bit on this channel. The whole problem is the dog. He's very anxious and he doesn't like to be left alone. We don't have a crate. We have a basement, but the gate that we would have to put at the top of the stairs doesn't really work very well. Of course, last time we did take him down there and leave him for a couple of hours. I don't think he even went up the stairs, but I'm not going to assume that he's not going to go up the stairs. And if we just shut the door, if he scratches the heck out of that door, there's a door now I got to replace. I don't want to do that. So unless I can find somebody to either drop him off to or something, then I'm not going to be able to go. And I've got another craft fair in May, and we're going to be dealing with the same thing. So I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't know what to do. My son said leave him outside, but it's supposed to rain that day. We have a shed, but the shed needs to be shoveled out and made okay for the dog to be in there. The person that lived here before me had chickens, or a chicken, and I think he used that shed for a chicken coop. So that's why it needs to be shoveled out. So it's not in condition right now to put him in there. And this market is Saturday morning, so my son would not have enough time to clean it out for the dog to use it if he needed to get out of the rain. And knowing Goober, he would probably stay out in the rain. He probably wouldn't even go into the shed. But if he did, I would be the first one home. So guess who's giving him a bath if he gets muddy? No, thank you. So I don't know. He says he won't know till Thursday if he's working. That's cutting it really close. So I went through all of my items that either needed tags or needed new tags, and did that today. And so at least I'll be ready. I just hate that I would have to inform the person that's handling the market or the fair, I'd hate to wait until Thursday or Friday to inform them I can't go, because they could have put someone else in my place. More than likely it's going to be indoors, so they have limited space. So we'll see. I'm really hoping I can go. I'll let you know. And if I do go, I hope somebody will buy something, at least enough to pay for the rental space, which I believe it's either $15 or $25. I can't remember which. So that would be one shawl. If it's 25, that would be one shawl. And no, nobody chime in below and say I'm not charging enough for my shawls. I already know that. I've heard it a million times. And here's my response to that. I charge what I have in the yarn. As long as I get back what I have in the yarn and maybe, bump it up to the next 5 or to the next 10, I'm happy. So, for instance, this shawl, this yarn, I only used one cake of it. I only paid $10 for. The white in it, a negligible amount of white. So let's go ahead and count the white. I think I paid $10 for the whole cake of white, and I didn't even use half of it. So I'm charging $25 for this shawl. And somebody just told me I should be charging $50. Well, I'd rather get back what I have in the yarn, maybe a little extra, and sell it than hike it up to a higher price and in a time when inflation is crazy and have to sit on it for months and months and months, maybe till next summer. I'd rather sell it. I'd rather it go to somebody that it can be used this summer and they'll love it. And, I'd rather do that and have it be sold than sit on it because I want more money out of it. And they say, but your time is worth money. Yeah. Okay. I've only been doing this for 2 years. I don't consider myself good enough to be charging what I would say the professionals or the experts are charging. I'm not going to do that. So there's that. I think $25 is a very fair price for this shawl. And as I've said in previous videos, the majority of this yarn I got at a terrific price. And believe it or not, I pretty much remember what I spent on everything. So as long as I get that back, I'm happy. I enjoy sitting down and making these. It's not a chore. It's not work. It's not it's enjoyable. I had to laugh because I just watched a video from Mary at Slow Crochet, and she was talking about making this project for a friend of hers, and she's realizing that when she's making something for somebody else, or she doesn't even necessarily have to be for somebody else, if she's making something that her heart really isn't in it, that she's not really enjoying it for whatever reason, that it's kind of a chore. I don't want to get to that point. And I'm discovering too, Mary, that the things that people have asked me to make, strangely enough, all of them are thicker weight yarns. than what I like to crochet with. So there's a blanket, which is a 3-weight. There is a hat and scarf set, which is a 4-weight. Might be a 3-weight. And then I'm supposed to be making placemats. That's another 4-weight. I'm not drawn to projects made with that. And now I've learned. It's taken me a while, but now I've learned. If someone asks me to make something for them and it's with a yarn that I really don't care to work with, I'm going to think twice before agreeing to do it. First question I ask them is, are you in a hurry? Because if they are, automatically I'm going to say no. Because if I ask you if you're in a hurry, that means that it's really not something that I want to do anyway. So I've been thinking about this hat and scarf set that I promised this gentleman. And at first I asked him, are you in a hurry? And he said, as long as I have it by next fall. And it was still cold out when he asked me. So the hat is already made, but I'm struggling with the scarf. Even though it's the same pattern, I'm struggling with the scarf. So, yeah, I need to pick that up and finish it. But his mistake was telling me that he didn't necessarily need it until next fall. So I'll have it done by next fall. I will. But that's always my first question. If someone asks me if I do commission work, I say, are you in a hurry? So there's that. And I wonder if I've got a shadow on my face, because I've got a mirror on the other side of my camera and it looks dark, but we'll leave it at that because we're almost done. Anyway, I just wanted to pop on here and share all that stuff with you. And I welcome your comments. I welcome your constructive criticism. I welcome ideas. I welcome it all. But most of all, I welcome you to join me again. Hopefully you will continue to watch my videos. Again, I'm almost to 500 subscribers. So we will be doing a shawl giveaway when we get to the 500. I will pick 3 or 4 shawls, and whoever wins gets to pick from those 3 or 4 that I choose. Unless, of course, I sell them all on Saturday, because I'm taking everything I have. But I don't see that happening. But you never know. You never know. If so, I can whip up 3 more. That won't be a problem. I mean, you know, here we go. We've got the Brunin. It won't be done by Saturday. Got the Tomis. 2 Tomis shawls. And I have others. Here's one I'm still working on with the Malabrigo. Haven't touched it in a while. That's corner to corner. There's so many whips and UFOs. It's ridiculous. Before I go, I wanted to share this South Bay shawl that I showed on my last video with the poor lighting. So I wanted to share this again. I'm going to turn this light on. Maybe that'll help. In the last video, it just didn't video well. So hopefully this is better. So this is the one that is going to be the gift for my sister. And I was mentioning how the blocking really made this thing shine. It really opened up the stitches and made it much bigger than it was. So there's that. Isn't that pretty? That's really pretty. That is pretty. Very, very pretty. I love this color. So that will be going to my sister. All right. That is all for today. I may very well pop back on again tomorrow for Whip Wednesday if I've made any further progress with anything I have here to share. Otherwise, I may be back on Friday. Hopefully with FOs. Maybe this will be finished. My Brunin. Maybe my Tomis shawls will be finished. We will see. And by Friday, I will know whether I'm doing the craft fair or not. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate any thumbs up. I appreciate comments. I appreciate all of that. You know, I'm just a little bitty channel here in a big sea of other creators. But I'm just being me. So hopefully there are people that appreciate that. I don't think there's anything else I was supposed to mention. So I will sign off for now. Thank you again for watching. I hope to see you next time. Have a great rest of your week. And remember, God loves you, Jesus loves you, and I love you. Take care, and we will see you again later. Bye, you guys.